Supporters of Montana Initiative I-182 today released a list of what they say are 100+ community leaders and lawmakers who want a new medical marijuana law passed in November.
In just 33 days now, Montana voters will be deciding the state regulations for the sale and distribution of medical marijuana. Montana McLaughlin spoke to the folks on both sides of the issue. She breaks it all down for us. Montana?
Steve, Laurel, just to give you a little bit of a background where this initiative is coming from, back in 2011, state lawmakers passed an initiative that strictly regulated the sale and distribution of medical marijuana. Parts of it stayed on hold until last August. Then a recent court decision required providers to only sell to a maximum of 3 patients, which left thousands of prescription holders with no access to medical marijuana, and it shut down several businesses. If there's one thing to say about medical marijuana, it's that it's controversial.
I don't think it should be restricted. I think medical marijuana is a very useful drug prescription.
There's people out there who had it and it had no business having it.
The initiative on this November's ballot would lighten up state regulations for selling the product. If passed, here's what I-182 would do. First, it allows physicians to prescribe medical marijuana to patients with chronic pain or PTSD. Next, it'd remove providers' 3-patient limit. It also allow medical marijuana providers to hire employees. And finally, it'd remove law enforcement's right to inspect providers' facilities without notice. While the general public mostly acknowledges medical marijuana's health benefits,
I think it's more beneficial than harmful, and I think that it should be considered.
Much of the disagreement surrounds how to best regulate it.
They would have to be really, really strict on who gets it and who doesn't, because before people were getting it who didn't need it.
On one side, the organization Safe Montana. Their founder says they're in favor of the drug, but wants more regulation.
Let's do the real thing. Let's have real doctors with real pharmacists, train people to dispensing this medicine correctly.
But I-182 supporters feel any restrictions would limit people's right to health care.
It's the last medical hope for thousands of people that have tried just about, if not everything else.
The Sheriff's Department should be focused on meth labs and violent criminals, not medical marijuana patients.
We just want smart legislation that'll protect our families that are using the medicine.
Now voters will decide how medical marijuana, first approved in the state in 2004, will be distributed. Now, if the measure passes, some stipulations are easy enough to go into effect immediately, like lifting the 3-patient limit. But there are other parts, like establishing testing guidelines and issuing licenses, that may require the state a few months to figure out. Reporting live in Missoula, Montana McLaughlin, NBC Montana.
New tonight.